Welcome to Tee to Green, brought to you by Cleary Building Corp., American Family Insurance, Bruner Realty, Callaway Golf, the first tee of South Central Wisconsin, and Middleton Ford.
You know, what a great day for golf. Nary a cloud in the sky. The only thing bothering me are the deer flies. I left my vanilla extract at home, and then, whoa. Now we got frickin' E.T. coming down here to buzz me? What up with that? I can't even have a quiet game of golf without some extraterrestrial. I'll get you. Come on, make my day. You son of a. Get out here. Go. I'm trying to play golf. They don't have that on your planet. Go home, E.T. That's it. You obnoxious. Go back to where you came from. One time. Home run. Touch them all. Want more Tee to Green TV? Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for episodes, bloopers, pro tips, and more. A unique show today on Tee to Green TV, the American Family Senior Championship. We have a host of people out here today that are going to participate, junior skills program, and we've got a myriad of celebrities that we're going to have the opportunity to talk to. This has really turned into one of the premier events during the spring, summer here in Madison area.
Well, and I just think it's kind of a cherry on the cake, isn't it? I mean, you look at Madison, Wisconsin, you don't really think golf, 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 but really, Andy Norris, Sherry Steinhauer, Steve Stricker, Jerry Kelly, and now a senior tour event right here in Madison, Wisconsin at U Ridge. I mean, what a special time for us.
And maybe the future stars of tomorrow with the junior skills program.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's really a chance to kind of gaze into a crystal ball and see what's going to happen over the next 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you even see the nerves come into play at this thing with everybody watching, because there's quite a group over there, lots of great instruction. The kids will have a great time.
We've got it all for you on Tee to Green TV, so stay tuned.
I'm Al Deaver, and we own an apple orchard in Wisconsin. When we built our new Cleary building, they said the Cleary warranties are so great, it's like having Sean Cleary live inside your building.
Morning.
What we didn't know was that Sean Cleary really was going to live inside our building. Sometimes he just drives the tractor in and out of the building.
Look how much room you have. From an apple orchard to a bridal shop and everything in between, the Shamrock means it's built Cleary tough every time.
As first-time homebuyers, working with Bruner Realty was an incredible experience.
In this market, buying a home can be really stressful, but our agent was professional, was available 24/7, and worked really hard to get us our dream home, all while staying within our budget. Our agent worked around our difficult schedules and always put our needs and priorities above his own.
If anyone we know is looking to buy or sell a home in the future, we wouldn't hesitate to recommend Bruner Realty.
Locally owned and a family dealership, that's Middleton Ford. For over 7 decades, Middleton Ford has been there for thousands of customers that have now become a part of their family. It starts with outstanding service and customer satisfaction. New or used, fleet vehicles, hybrids, or the popular F-150 truck at Middleton Ford, they'll treat you right. From the moment you step onto their lot and into their showroom, you can start and end your search for the right vehicle at Middleton Ford. MiddletonFord.com. Remember, if you don't see the Middleton Ford logo, you've paid too much.
PGA Junior League Golf is a fun and innovative program designed to introduce kids to golf.
So much fun. It was really fun.
It's really fun.
Boys and girls aged 13 and under of all skill levels wear numbered jerseys and play as a team in a fun, social, and inclusive environment.
Accomplishing something as part of a team is more fun than doing it on your own.
To learn more about PGA Junior League Golf, go to PGAJLG.com.
Nevada Bob's, your game, your store. #1 in service, selection, and always at the best price.
Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp.,
Never let Mother Nature rain on your parade, but how important is an event like this as kind of a kickoff to the week's festivities for year 2 of the Amphitheater?
Well, the biggest thing is that this is all about the kids today. And a ton of kids out here that are hitting some nice shots and having some fun and some laughs and stuff. And, you know, that's what this is all about.
They are the future of the game. How important is it to embrace these youngsters to the point where they want to have fun?
Well, you know, it's such a hard game, and I think it's really important that when these kids start out, they've got 3 or 4 friends, they can do it together, so it's social as well as just the golf part. And, you know, if they end up being good players or not, that doesn't matter. It's learning the game and having something that you can play for the rest of your life.
Mutual friend of ours, Rob O'Loughlin, the Big Cup. Would it be nice to incorporate things like that so these guys have a chance to experience success?
Well, you know, when you're starting your son or daughter playing basketball, you don't make them use the regulation ball and shoot to a 10-foot basket when they're 5 years old. You bring the basket down. It's the same thing here. Let's give these kids, it's so hard to get the ball in the hole for anybody who's ever played this game. Let's give them a bigger target. It goes in once in a while. They have fun. They enjoy it, and they want to come back.
Is it neat for you to be a part of this? I mean, let's face it, you've had a very, very productive professional career, but to be able to give back in this for the greater Madison community.
You know, we're also lucky that growing up in Madison, Lee Milligan was the pro at Nakoma, and Cully was at Black Hawk, and these guys had great junior programs, and they engaged so many kids, and you know, and that's why we had a really great run of golf in Madison after that period of time. And you know, we need to keep the kids engaged, and it starts, a lot of people are trying to do it, and, you know, hopefully they buy into it. The game's hard. We've got to figure out a way so that it's enjoyable for them, too.
Welcome back to Tee to Green, and I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Tournament Director Nate Pokrass. Nate, when did this all start? We're going into our 2nd year here. How did it all start? How'd the first year go? And tell me about this year.
Yeah, it started about 5 years ago when American Family Insurance partnered with Steve Stricker, and he became a brand ambassador for the company. And he had this dream and this vision of bringing professional golf back to Wisconsin. And he and CEO Jack Salzwedel had this conversation. And the way PGA Tour events work just fit the mission of what the company was trying to do, give back to the community, expose the brand on a national scale. And it was a great way to partner with Steve Stricker. So over that 5-year period, ultimately things came together. And in June of 2015, the tournament was announced. Our team was put together, and last year our tournament came together in great success. We had great crowds, huge volunteer support, great sponsorship support, and we really got off to a great start, and we're excited here for year number 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's pretty neat for Madison to have Andy North, Sherry Steinhauer, Jerry Kelly, Steve Stricker, and now we have a senior tour event at University Ridge. What does that star power mean to you guys in the community here in Madison?
The state of Wisconsin has a rich history of golf, and we've seen it here with the players from Andy to Steve, Jerry, Sherry, Skip Kendall, Jim Schumann are competing this year in the tournament, so this great Wisconsin player connection. We know we've had some historic golf tournaments here, from the U.S. Open to the PGA Championships to U.S. Senior Opens. So there's a great history here. We're proud to be a part of that history, and we're going to do our part to continue to put on a great PGA Tour Champions event.
My favorite event is going on right now, the Junior Skills Challenge. When did that come about, and how important is that for the tournament itself?
Yeah, this is meant to be a week-long celebration, so it's more than just the 3 days of tournament golf, and we wanted to have a great partnership with the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin and partnering with them and putting this event together and getting the kids out here and getting them a chance to interact with our players. We'll add some musical elements this year, but in the end, we're doing this all for charity. This is a great way to give back and make a difference with families and kids, and partnership with the American Family Children's Hospital and Second Harvest Food Bank and other great organizations, and no better partner as well than the First Tee to get the kids out here and really expose them to hopefully someday they'll be out there on the PGA Tour, and then down the road PGA Tour champions.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm 3 years away, and there's no chance I'm ever playing in this thing. I really thank you for your time, and we'll be right back with Tee to Green.
Hey, Andy. Aren't you supposed to be announcing this tournament?
They aren't going to mind if I show up a little bit late. This new Cleary Golf Cabana is so awesome. I think I'm going to hang around here all afternoon.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Morning. From a golf cabana to an apple orchard, the Shamrock means it's built Cleary tough every time.
Well, apparently we are not going to be joined today by Andy North. In his place, Sean Cleary. Sean,
you've got to be kidding me.
You can talk about technology and go on about your innovation. You can tell golfers you're the longest and claim to be the best. Or you can build something that's truly epic. Introducing Jailbreak. It's redefined how the head and face react at impact. It's transformative speed, and it's only in Epic. From Callaway.
Before I joined the first tee, the only sport I ever did was surfing channels.
I used to get C's and D's. Now I'm planning for a BA in history.
I've learned a lot at the first tee. I even learned how to play golf.
Put a golf club in a young person's hands and watch them grow. At the first tee, we instill values like confidence, judgment, respect, and integrity. Values they learn from golf, but take with them for the rest of their lives. Find out how you can get involved today.
The Payroll Company, your source for the best-in-class HCM technology, HR outsourcing, and retirement plan administration.
My name is Derek Schnarr, founder of the Balance and Believe Foundation. Years ago, I started this foundation to help promote junior golf while raising money for the community. Throughout the summer, you'll see lots of different golf tournaments at our golf courses here in Madison. Thankfully, our golf professionals donate those golf courses, so as the kids play, they're raising money for the community. If you'd like to help these children raise some money and make a difference in the community, please go to our website and make a donation.
Here's your Tee to Green Pro Tip.
Once again, it is time for Tips from a Pro, brought to you by the Wisconsin PGA, and today we are in the beach. It is time to learn how to hit a bunker shot. So I got Marquette University grad, alumni, whatever you want to call them, four-year player on the Marquette golf team, Zach Goggert, and we're going to demonstrate how to hit a bunker shot. So, what club do we have here, Zach?
60 degree.
So we have a 60-degree sand wedge, and Zach's going to go ahead and take his stance here. So the first thing that you will see is we have a line along his feet, and it is pointed to the left of the pin right here. And the reason why we want to do that is he's going to get open with his feet. He is then going to open the face of the golf club. And what that means, if you look here, this is the toe, this is the heel. We want to make sure that the toe is behind the heel when facing the target. And what that does is add a lot of bounce so that when he goes through there, it should not stick into the sand, but should actually impact the golf ball and then bounce right out of there. So let's go ahead and hit one. Beautiful golf shot. So you can see right there, 60-degree sand wedge, nice ball mark there, divot you would call it in the bunker, but he's going to hit about an inch behind the ball, and then he's going to go underneath it. Now, talk to him real quick, Zach, about what the face of the golf club is actually doing through impact. Is it rotating closed, or is it doing something different?
Nope, it's a lot different than a normal golf swing. A normal golf swing, you're going to want to have a release on the way through, but on a bunker shot, you're going to want to keep it open to allow that bounce to interact with the sand and really splash it out.
Here we go. Beautiful. So when you're at home and you're watching these bunker shots, remember, you grab a sand wedge, you go into the bunker. But if the pin is really far away, you don't want to swing harder with a sand wedge. Maybe take a 52 or maybe even take a pitching wedge, make the exact same motion that Zach just made here. And that is a tip from a pro, brought to you by the Wisconsin PGA.
What was it that drew you to playing here in the AmFam, not only year one, but year two?
Well, I think for one thing, Steve Stricker. Steve's a good buddy of mine. I've played a lot of golf with Steve over the years. We were partners at the Shark Shootout. His Nicky and his kids, you know, they're just great people. And for him to step up last year, even though he wasn't even on this tour, and him and Jerry Kelly trying to bring a tournament here to Madison, I thought was fantastic. And then when I showed up last year, it was probably the best galleries of the year. The support out here was unreal. I don't know how many people in all the fans were here. I don't know. To me, it felt like a tour event to me. It didn't feel like a senior event, Champions Tour event. So There's a lot of excitement in the area. It's fun to be around when you see that. People are enjoying it. You know, it's a great golf course. I enjoyed playing here last year, so I'm just looking forward to coming back and enjoying another year.
Welcome back to Tee to Green, and here we are at the beautiful University Ridge, host of the AmFam Championship. I'm joined by Charlie Jaye, who is going to be participating in the Skills Challenge. There's, I don't know, 400 or 500 kids seems like down there, maybe not that many. But Charlie, what is a day like today that you get to come and be a part of the festivities? What does it mean to you?
You know, it's an honor. You know, it's a great competition, and you just bring the groups together. It's so fun.
And, you know, from looking at you, and I know you played in a tournament yesterday, I think one of the skills is long drive. How you feeling about that one?
Oh, I'm just going to go all out. I'm going to hit as hard as possible.
I love it. Now, a lot of pros walking around. I think I just saw Steve Stricker, Jaye Kelly walk by. Anybody on your radar that you'd just like to meet today?
Andy North. He won 2 U.S. Opens, so I'd like to meet him.
Well, you don't hear a lot of younger guys say Andy North, so no Steve Stricker, no Jaye Kelly, you know, maybe Steve's daughter, you know, I don't know, huh?
Yeah, it would be cool to see Steve Stricker or Jaye Kelly, but I'd like to meet Andy North.
Okay, well, I know they're getting ready for the Skills Challenge down there. Charlie Jaye's got to go get warmed up and rock and roll for that Blackhawk team, and we'll be right back with Tee to Green.
We don't have a lot of grocery stores here in our neighborhood, and we want our neighbors to have access to good things at affordable prices.
The only thing easy in our community is fast food.
Wow.
Well, hello.
We're here to offer some help.
Welcome.
Retirement, huh?
I mean, look at the size of this thing. Who doesn't need a sweet potato that size?
They took the time to care what our project was about. There you go. And that was something that I'll truly treasure.
When we decided to sell our home, we didn't really know where to start, so we contacted Brunner Realty to help make the process less stressful.
Our Brunner Realty agent came in, learned about us and our home, created a customized marketing plan, and in just 5 days had accepted offer on our home.
Our agent always kept us in the loop, and the service they provided was both professional and personal.
We would definitely recommend Brunner Realty to anyone looking to buy or sell their home in the future.
Next on West 1, we have...
Looking for a game? Now you can join Sherry Steinhauer, Jaye Kelly, Andy North, and Steve Stricker and become part of the Champions Club of the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin. Go to thefirstteescw.org or ask about us at your favorite golf club. Join Sherry, Jerry, Andy, and Strick in the Champions Club.
I'm Sherry Steinhauer. Join me and support the First Tee of South Central Wisconsin.
You're up.
PGA Junior League Golf is a fun and innovative program designed to introduce kids to golf.
So much fun. It was really fun.
It's really fun.
Boys and girls aged 13 and under of all skill levels wear numbered jerseys and play as a team in a fun, social, and inclusive environment.
Accomplishing something as part of a team is more fun than doing it on your own.
To learn more about PGA Junior League Golf, go to pgajlg.com.
Welcome back to Tee to Green, and I am joined by Brad Munn, program coordinator of the First Tee here in Madison, Wisconsin. And this is your day, right? I mean, you've been waiting for this, the Skills Challenge at the AmFam Championship. What do we got going on here today?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. We've got 15 local teams, local courses bringing 6 players, and we have different competitions for them with long drive, 100-yard shot, closest to, bunker shots, pitch shots, etc. Little competition to show off what Southern Wisconsin has to offer the Senior Tour.
How cool is that? Now, if they win, something happens, right? If they win the Skills Challenge?
Well, we do have a little traveling cup.
Yep.
Host course gets to keep it for a year. Also, this winning team gets to play the 18th hole. All of us are going to have lunch after this exciting morning, and then we're going to sit up in the skybox beyond the 18th green and watch the winning team play hole number 18 with a packed grandstand.
So obviously we'd love to get as many kids at this thing as possible. How do kids get involved in this stuff? Where do they go? Is there a website, anything like that?
We do have a website. It's www.thefirsttee.scw.org. You can find all of our different site locations and ways to get involved.
All right, sounds good. Hit that website up. Make sure you get your kids involved with this so they can come out next year at the AmFam Championship, participate in the Junior Skills Challenge, and play that 18th hole if they win. We'll be right back with Tee to Green TV.
We're joined now by the man, the myth, the legend, year 2 of your AmFam Senior Championship. A day like today, even though Mother Nature didn't necessarily cooperate, how important is this to kind of be a send-off of the rest of the week's activity?
Yeah, you know, we have the first tee programs here from around the area, and we did this last year, and it's great to see the kids come out, and you know, we want to show our support to the junior programs, and you know, this is where we all got started as well. You know, I know Jerry was in one, Andy, myself, we all had these junior programs growing up as kids, and we feel like it's important to keep that alive and have something exciting for them to come and do, and the kids are having a great time with it. Too bad the weather didn't cooperate this morning, but we got out there for the majority of it.
The source of pride that you feel when you see these kids and the smiles that are on their faces and how you're helping to give back to the game, because they're the future of this game.
No doubt about it, and you can see the excitement on their faces, and they're not only learning the game of golf, but they're learning the important aspects of life. You know, golf teaches us so much more life lessons than what we know about. You know, I mean, on a daily basis, this game shows us a lot of life lessons. So they're learning that too, and then learning the game of golf all at one time. So it's great to see these kids' eyes light up.
How have you been able to sort things out? This is an incredibly busy year for you. You're playing between the regular tour, the senior tour, President's Cup captain. I mean, has this, in terms of your own thought process and organizational skills, ultimate test for you of all time?
Yeah, it's a
daunting task.
It is, but it's fun. You know, I'd rather be busy than, I'm not a guy who sits around on the couch, and even when I was playing less tournament golf, I was still very active and doing other things. So I like to be busy, and this is the ultimate busiest year. So, but it's all good. I'm enjoying playing. My family's been traveling with me a lot when I play, and we're having a good time doing that. And the President's Cup at the end of the year has got my attention, and I'm busy with that too. So it's a lot of good things.
Is that another reason why you're bouncing between both tours, so you can keep an eye on the guys on the regular tour, so you know who's hot and maybe who's not?
Yeah, for sure. I'll focus more on playing out there a little bit more as the year goes on. You know, I think that's important to be out there, and I still feel like my game's competitive enough to be out there. So I'll probably focus more attention as the year goes on to playing on the big tour.
One final question. You know, you think about what you've done at the age of 50, and a lot of people say, "Oh, they're ready to be put out to pasture," but I don't sense that about you.
No, and I don't feel that, and that's why I want to continue playing out there. And last week at the U.S. Open, I still feel like I can compete at that level, and I don't. It upsets me that I finished 16th. I wanted to finish higher than that, and so that's what's motivating me and keeps driving me to try to continue to play golf and play at a higher level.
Thanks for all that you do. Appreciate it. All right.
Appreciate it.
Tee to Green TV will continue in just a moment.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you. It's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
I was one of the first to play Chrome Soft. It's long, extremely soft, and unbelievably easy to control. I could tell right away it was a different kind of ball. But some golfers have not even tried Chrome Soft. Let me ask you something. If you're not willing to change, how can you expect to get better? Chrome Soft. It's the ball that changed the ball.
Locally owned and a family dealership, that's Middleton Ford. For over 7 decades, Middleton Ford has been there for thousands of customers that have now become a part of their family. It starts with outstanding service and customer satisfaction. New or used, fleet vehicles, hybrids, or the popular F-150 truck at Middleton Ford, they'll treat you right. From the moment you step onto their lot and into their showroom, you can start and end your search for the right vehicle at Middleton Ford. MiddletonFord.com. Remember, if you don't see the Middleton Ford logo, you've paid too much.
It seems like every financial company talks about investing your way to wealth. But what about protecting what you're building right now? At Northwestern Mutual, we know the importance of doing both. We combine personalized investment solutions that help grow your wealth with world-class insurance that protects what matters most to you. This whole picture approach is just one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp. Here's your weekly Tee to Green fitness tip.
Welcome back to the tip of the week. I'm Christina Schnarr with the Balance and Believe Golf Academy. I am here today with Zach Goggart, our pro golfer. Today, Zach is going to show us a side plank and tell us how this plays a role in his golf game. So Zach's going to start on his side. He's got his feet stacked up. He is on his elbow directly underneath the shoulder. If you have any elbow issues, you can always come up onto the hand and bring that hand right under the shoulder. I'm going to have Zach stay down on his elbow for this one, give him a little bit more of a workout. Your body is super straight. Those hips are elevated. Okay, we're gonna hold here, and you can hold this anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. You could really challenge yourself and try it for 2 minutes. You can also add in a hip drop. So Zach's gonna take those hips down and push them up as high as he can, really engaging that core. Abs are really tight, neck is long, back is really straight. Really good, Zach. Perfect. With the side plank, our goal is to keep a super straight body. Keep that belly button pulled in tight. That elbow and shoulder need to be in alignment all the time, not to put too much pressure on the shoulder or the elbow. Keeping those abs really tight. Top hand is on that hip, keeping your body perfectly straight. Start with 10 to 15 seconds. Again, adding like we did with the center plank. Keep adding as you go and challenge yourself each week to add another 10 seconds on, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Try to get up to a minute and then add those hip drops when you feel really comfortable. Zach, how do you feel that the side plank and the added hip drops that you've been working on, how do you feel like that has helped you in your golf game?
I think anytime you're able to strengthen the core, which planks really do well, and then you add in the side hip drop, you really work the obliques, which from a power standpoint, when you take your backswing, you load into this right side and you get your power from this going this way. Any oblique or core strength that you can get from any kind of planks has really been beneficial.
Awesome. Always love your input. Thanks for tuning in this week, you guys. See you next week on the Tip of the Week.
Once again, a special thank you to all of the fine people out here representing the American Family Senior Championship, and certainly to those at University Ridge for making the day possible, because what a great event, and it's just a prelude to the actual tournament itself.
Yeah, I mean, we can't thank them enough. Let us get access to all the stars, I guess, of your time, right?
Well, they've got gray hair.
And all the kids out there that got to participate in what they got going out there with the skills challenge and things like that. But I got to tell you, you got to keep tuning into these fitness tips, because look at my man here.
You know,
flat belly, kind of.
Well, I wouldn't go flat, but you know, there's still some fat in the flat. So thanks for joining us. We got fitness tips and another PGA Pro tip from you. So you're going to go into your special bag of exotics and things like that. So look out there.
Yeah, I got more for you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Christina. Okay. All right, and on that note, we'll say goodbye for now. Thanks for watching Tee to Green TV. Want more Tee to Green TV? Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for episodes, bloopers, pro tips, and more.
Tee to Green supports the Balance and Believe Foundation. To learn more or donate, visit bandbfoundation.org. Tee to Green is brought to you by Cleary Building Corp., Nevada Bobs, Northwestern Mutual, The Payroll Company, University Ridge Golf Course, and the Wisconsin State Golf Association and the Wisconsin PGA.